Welcome to another episode of Sports and Foods Podcast. We are recording on Friday, June 14th. I had to look at my calendar to make sure that I was saying the right date this time. Episode 41, Tay. It's been a long time since we've been on air.
I know, man. We've been having some serious technical difficulties with this recording.
Tay. So everybody, it was kind of a user error. Me and Tay got on multiple times trying to record this episode over the last month or two, because it's been like 2 months since we put out a show. And we were having so much trouble. The episode wouldn't record. It was dragging. It was skipping. It was stopping.
Crashing, all that stuff.
Everything. So I checked our account and realized that they didn't re-up or renew our subscription. So hopefully today we'll be able to get through the episode with no issues. That is the goal.
Yeah.
But before we get deep into the show, we were supposed to do this 2 or 3 weeks ago, but we want to dedicate the show to Pastor James E. Martin. He passed away on May 8th. He went on to be with the Lord for sure. This is a great loss for a lot of people around the city, around the country, maybe even in the world. Pastor Martin. He was the pastor of Mount Olivet Baptist Church from 1987 until 2019 when he retired, and then he moved back east to be with his grandchildren and his daughters. Tay, man, Pastor Martin was my pastor since 1989. He was your pastor longer than that.
Yes.
I was speechless when I heard the news, to be quite honest, and I was really sad.
Sure.
Like it was kind of like when Kobe passed away, but this time I knew the person.
Yeah, it was devastating, man. It took me a long time to process everything and just reflect. And he's just amazing man. We were lucky to have him in our lives to teach us some stuff. And I think of so many things that he said, that he preached about, it's still registered. And I feel like the world didn't really know how awesome he is and all the words that God put in his, in his mind to preach to us. Because, man, he changed all of us, our whole families and everything.
I mean, lots of families. I mean, the church, the church, we've lost
I remember when we were young, it was, we were at the old church and he grew it. We moved to the north side and then we ended up moving to Beaverton. Like, he created this whole, sanctuaries everywhere. And I think it's just amazing, like, where we started and where he left, and it's in good hands now. But man, he's like a legend, and we're gonna miss him so much. We missed him since he's left. Since
been missing him, yeah. Now that he's left the earth, we really miss him. And prayers to the Martin family, Sister Martin, Tiffany, and Ashley.
Ashley.
And the rest of the family. So this episode, the rest of the season is to you, Pastor Martin.
Yes.
May you rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
And we'll see you when we get there. Say hi to all of our family up there.
For sure.
All right. Tay, I haven't talked to you. Actually, I haven't really talked to you in a while. What's been going on, man? What's new with Jate?
A lot actually, man. Remember we went to Hawaii.
So there you go.
Man, that was great. I tell everybody, man, if you can go somewhere for a week and just get away, Hawaii is reasonable price. You got to do it in advance, and they have so many cool things. If you want to do resort, you could do that. You could do island life. It's a whole vibe. I love it. And then other than that, the same old grind, work and family life. And my birthday's tomorrow, so getting old and feeling the aches and pains, all that.
Yeah, Tay about to hit the 45 like me. Get closer to the 50.
Yeah, so you guys, even though you hear this after the fact, maybe I'll have a recap of the weekend, but we'll bring it in. I'm gonna bring it in on a low key status, but pretty soon, we're getting close to that 50 mark. So
half a century. I can't wait. I be telling people all the time I'm almost 50, and Lindsay gets mad. You're not almost 50. You're only 45. Hey, I'm closer to 50 than I am to 40. So that's how I think about it.
Well, what's up with you?
The same thing, Tay. Not much, man. Just trying to get through the daily grind like you talked about. My sister's moving to Las Vegas, her and my nephew.
Nice.
In the middle of next month. So me and her are going to be driving to Las Vegas in a U-Haul truck with her car, towing her car. Never done it.
Yes. Yeah. That's a long trip.
It's going to be.
How many hours is it?
Like 18 hours or 17 hours?
Yeah.
18, 17 hours, 18 hours, something like that. Yeah. So it should be fun, and it should be fine.
Yeah.
So that's what we got going on. Olivia just got out of school today, so we went and saw the new Inside Out 2. It was really good.
I just saw the commercial.
Yep. So you guys should check it out if you are into, if you have kids, or even if you don't have kids. It's actually a really good movie. I really enjoyed the first one too. So yeah, but that's what they got going on, man. Tell you, you're totally right about Hawaii. We went to college, and I didn't want to leave. But then when I was looking for teaching jobs, I applied for a job in Hawaii, and I'm very thankful that I didn't get that job, because that island, the like you said, the vibe. All I wanted to do was be at the beach and chill. I wouldn't have been doing no work.
Hey Dre, when we were out there, there's actually some schools. Like we went on a boat tour. So it took us on a bus through the neighborhoods, and you could see the kids playing, and there's like the huge palm trees and the mountains in the back, the ocean's on the other side. I'm just like, I don't even know how they do it. I'm like, this is real life. Like,
I mean, this is like a vacation place to me, and people live here and do everyday life. Like,
yeah. I mean, I was like a kid. You see the kids on the bikes rolling around, just having fun. I'm like, man, growing up as a kid in Hawaii it'd be like the best.
You can't probably beat it. But hey, growing up in Portland as a kid wasn't that bad either.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
It wasn't that bad. Well, I won't talk about what it is today, but I digress. And on to sports. We usually start the sports segment with the While We Were Gone segment. But since we've been gone for like 10 years, the segment would be 4 hours long. So I decided to scrap the While We Were Gone segment for this episode and just jump into sports. So we're going to start the sports segment today, Tay, by congratulating all of the high school and college men's and women's basketball champions. I had wrote this whole thing about, all the stuff, everybody, each team, all this stuff. I'm not going to read all that stuff. It's way in the past now. Still would like to congratulate everybody. Shout out Oregon State for having the women for having a good season.
They did.
The Lady Pilots for having a good season. Winning the WC, the West Coast Conference. The men's, the Ducks, the men have had a good tournament, Pac-12 tournament, won the last Pac-12 tournament, and jumped into the NCAA tournament and won the first round. Should have actually won the second round, but again, brutal. I'll digress.
Dante should have came back for his 6th year, but the NCAA is hating on him, so I don't like that. They didn't want N'Faly back again for us. So, but don't worry, he's about to get drafted, so that's not a problem. But yeah, so congratulations to all of the champions. And then some sad news. We've been gone for so long. There's been lots of people that have passed away. We started with Pastor Martin. But I'm going to list some folks, Tay, and then you can comment on these people after I list them. I have a little list right here that I wrote down. So we're going to start with O.J. Simpson passed away. Man.
Just recently, Jerry West
Yeah.
Larry Allen, the guard from
Larry
the Cowboys.
Allen. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chris
Terrible.
Mortensen, the ESPN commentator.
Yes.
He passed away.
He was always the Adam Schefter before he became all popular. Yeah, he was the one breaking all the news.
Mort used to break all the news. So he passed away. And then somebody that people may not know by name, Michael Jones. He was Virgil in the WWF. Virgil was the $1 Million Man's bodyguard. So he passed away too. Now, a couple of non-sports people that I wanted to call out. Carl Weathers. People know him best as Apollo Creed. I liked him as Action Jackson.
Yeah.
And then Louis Gossett Jr. passed away as well since we've been gone.
I did not know that one. Oh, man.
Yeah. Tay, I was looking, I was like, oh, man. Yeah. So, Tay, if you want to talk about any of those folks.
Also, Bill Walton.
Oh,
Bill Walton.
Tay.
Yeah.
I feel like a horrible Blazer fan. I should have started with Bill Walton.
Yeah, but let's talk about him.
He was not even on my list.
There's so many though, man. But that one I was like, man, that was a shocker too. But Bill Walton, if you want somebody to cheer for your team, your conference, the game of basketball, that dude was awesome. Like some people hate on his style, but man, he was a real basketball fan, and he's actually, I mean, in basketball as a player, he was dominant too. You know, he in college, and we could talk about a lot about that. But I mean, I just like listening to him. Yeah, listening to him talk about the Pac-12 and how he used to be like, you know, the Conference of Champions, and lay out how many we have, and like, he's a legend, and you know, for sure, Blazer. He deserves a statue, all that kind of stuff, you know.
Tay, that's why I said I feel he won our lone championship.
Yeah.
That 77 championship came on his back. Bill Walton was the man in the NBA, and like you talked about, that dude in college basketball for UCLA was great.
Yeah.
He came to the NBA. Yep. In the NBA, he wasn't as great as he could have been. His potential was greater, but he had a lot of injuries in the NBA. Yeah.
Serious leg injuries. So they didn't have the technology back then. They were wearing Converse and stuff.
Which was terrible.
How they played. But
man, they be hurt. I tell you, when I heard that Bill Walton passed away, I was sad. Like,
yeah, me too.
Again, this was that situation like Kobe Bryant. I didn't know Bill Walton, but I was sad to hear that he passed away. Like, I mean, I know Jerry West is, but like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy that he died, but I mean, you know, Jay, he passed away, but Bill Walton, like, I was like, dang, man,
that's a big, that's Bill Walton, like that's Trailblazers, Rip City, all that, it was
everything, Pac-12. So yes, please, Bill Walton and family, rest in peace, family, prayers up.
Yes.
And to all the families, and to all the people prayers up to all the families of the folks that we listed here. Some died recently, some died months ago. But prayers up to all the families and whatnot. So,
love your family. Tell your family you love them. You know, say hi.
You never know. You never know when it's gonna be the end. So, on to some more happy news. Let's start with the NBA, Tay. So we've been gone for a long time. I mean, a lot has happened. We're gonna start with the NBA awards. The Joker won his 3rd MVP. Really, probably should have been his 4th MVP. I mean, they just gave it to Joel last year. Joker had better numbers, I think, last year than he did this year. But his team was just unbeatable initially.
Yeah, they're good. He's good. Yeah, he's dominant. Yeah, I don't know. There's some good debates going on with all that, but you know, he can't really hate on the way he plays. So he could probably win it every year. You know, I like Luka. Luka's numbers was pretty good too, but their record wasn't, towards the top. I think that kind of has played some weight. But
every year it does. That's why Shea was second in the voting because his team was number 1 in the West. So, and I like that Naz Reid won Sixth Man of the Year. He played well even in the playoffs.
He plays great. Yeah.
I like. How do you feel about the Defensive Player of the Year? How do you feel about Rudy Gobert winning Defensive Player of the Year? Do you think it should have went to somebody else?
There were some good players that could have got it.
Bam was on the list.
Bam, but the rookie,
Wembanyama,
he could have got it.
Wembanyama, yeah.
Yeah.
Wembanyama. He was on the list. He came in third.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's a tough one. I don't know. Gobert, he gets exposed, but he had a good season. But that one, I can't really. I don't know. I don't follow that much, to be honest. But
yeah, well, that's that. No, I tell you, I don't know. I feel like they just give it to him because he's 7'3" and he's like imposing in the lane. But when you other places on the court, he gets exposed.
Draymond, he could have got it a couple times, man. That dude, people don't understand that would be locking fools up.
At 6'7" though, he's playing center.
Yeah,
he's beasting I've seen him beast Gobert. So I mean,
you're
like
not
at 6'7",
getting a layup on Draymond Green. Period.
No, it don't matter how tall or how big.
But most of the time, he just puts his chest into you, and then the balls. It's like they fumble it. I just don't understand, but whatever he do, it be working. He's strong.
Yeah, he's strong. So I mean, like that's the only one of all the awards that I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
I mean,
when he's kind of annoying, but when he talks about. When he gets mad about that, I sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I understand why he feels like he should get it too, because man,
he does. But I mean, okay, so then this slides me right into my next question. My question is, what is the best thing you've seen in the playoffs so far? And well, one of the things is there was a couple of defensive sequences. One of the things for me is there was a couple of defensive sequences that the Timberwolves had. They were locking up the Suns. Like, they did. I mean,
they had this.
I mean, handcuffs.
They weren't doing nothing.
Like, nothing.
Booker
couldn't do
was
nothing.
doing nothing.
Yeah, nothing. So that, but reason I said that is because they have a good team defense. Like Anthony Edwards is a good defender by himself. Cat plays decent defense, and then when they bring in Alexander Walker, and they bring
they're
in
all tall and long.
I mean, they got like 3 or 4 dudes that are 6'7", 6'8", that can defend. Like
jump.
I mean, yes. I mean, like, so it all makes Gobert look better when you got defenders up front that can really. You got wing defenders that can really defend.
True.
I mean, so I mean, like when they're coming, when they finally get past that wing defender. I mean, yeah, you're gonna throw. I mean, you worked so hard to get past him. Now you got a 7'3" dude. You still throw it up in his, and he's gonna block it. Of course. I mean, that's basketball. But I'm gonna tell you the greatest thing. I wrote it down because it's super old. The greatest thing that I've seen so far in the playoffs, even though we probably only got one more game left, is in Game 4 of the Wolves Nuggets series when Joker got the steal. He passed it to Porter for the dunk. There's 1.6 seconds left on the clock. The Wolves turn the ball over. Murray shoots it from half court. Boom. Game. Oh, wait. That wasn't game. Was that game? It was game. Or did they go to overtime?
Yeah.
I think they might have went to overtime.
Yeah. That was the battle.
I can't remember.
That whole game.
I just was like, oh my gosh. But I mean, don't get me wrong. Anthony Edwards still came out. He was the best thing I saw all playoffs. Him and Luka have been fantastic. In the series against the Wolves and the Mavericks, I think that he's never been that far in the playoffs. So you got to get mentally ready for that long season, and you got to be more physically ready. I mean, like it's hard in the playoffs. Winning series after series.
They're not calling nothing. They're letting you get hit and all that stuff.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's good. Yeah.
So what's the best thing you've seen, Tay, thus far?
I just think that Western Conference playoff run with Minnesota series and with the Dallas making it to the finals, man, going through the Clippers. I just think the West, man, all those games were good. Like there was that little stretch in the quarterfinals. I mean, all those games were like
fantastic
swing. Especially Minnesota went up in there and went 2-0 on them in Denver, and they end up losing it back and almost getting beat. And then they came back. Like that series was crazy. And then Dallas just Luka and Kyrie just like, we are the veterans.
We're better than you.
Yeah, we're better than you in these moments. And I mean, OKC, they how the way they're playing, they don't even play like a young team. I mean, they're deadly. It's kind of, I hate when they play the Blazers. They just beat us by 30 in like seconds.
Every time. Even with Dame, we were losing to them like that though. But for them, all they need is a shooter. They need a couple shooters, and they're gonna be solid. And maybe a big with some weight on it, but other than that,
but now I just think the whole West has been great, and even the East was entertaining. But the injuries. If all the players were playing at their top, they could have been so many teams that could have came out. So I don't know.
It would have been different.
Boston had a nice little path.
Yeah, they did. With no Joel, no Giannis. I mean, Halliburton was out some of the games in their series. So I mean, like, what's his name? Donovan Mitchell missed the final 2 games of their series. I mean, like, so you're right about the injuries in the East. It was not as hard as the West. So, yes, we are recording this, and there's one game left. Or I shouldn't say there's one game left in the finals. There's more than one game left. It's 3-1. Right now it's 3-1 Boston.
3-1.
And
when
they
this
play
comes
on
out,
Monday.
Game 5 would have been, Game 5 would have been played. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping we keep going. Let's go all the way to Game 7, and then
might as well
see what happens. Let's do it.
Hey, but tomorrow, Tay, something exciting starts. The Olympic trials.
Yes.
The Olympic trials start tomorrow. Can't wait. I can't wait. My favorite summer activities. We'll talk. Don't worry. We'll have a whole show about the Olympics. My favorite thing to talk about in the summer. Is the Olympics. All right, Tay. Our last topic in the NBA is the draft. The Trailblazers. The draft is around the corner. The Trailblazers have the 7th and the 14th pick. Tay.
Yeah, we finally got.
What do we do?
We got some options. I would try to trade up as high as you can, or I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know these players who would make a big impact, but I would try to go up. That's my thinking, or trade it and try to get a player that's like worth keeping and wants to, like, a young, I don't know, piece. But we have some options to go either way.
I feel like I agree. I feel like I was reading an article the other day, and it was saying that we're a rebuilding team that's in the luxury tax that is at the first apron string.
Yeah.
So we're paying these players like we're in the playoffs or something, like we're fighting for the championship.
Yeah.
So the Blazers got to get. So this is my thing. The Blazers, these 2 picks, pick whoever you want. Just don't pick no more point guards. We don't need no more point guards. We really like them to pick. Hopefully, the center from UConn. I was Culligan. I always say his name wrong. Donovan.
Yeah, I'll take him there at the 7. Yeah.
At 7. Yeah, like we need a big, because I really think we need to trade Grant. We need to trade Anthony. We need to trade Malcolm Brogdon. We need to trade Ayton. And we could hold on to Williams for one more season, but those 4 guys need to go, and that will bring our salary cap. No, really, and it'll bring the salary down.
$100 million.
I mean, I would bring it all the way down, and then we could start shuffling players around because we have cap space to move money. And right now he's trying to keep players like we're gonna make a run or something. We ain't in no place to make no run for no championship, and that's what the total goal should be: championship. If this is not getting us to a championship, get him out of here, man. Like I don't know why we're trying to keep all these players. So that's I think we're probably gonna end up having to trade our second round picks. We have 2 second round picks too. So I only talked about our first round picks. We got the 35th pick and the 41st pick or something in the second round.
Yeah, some flexibility, which are 2 good picks. To do some stuff. Yeah.
So I'd like to see. I mean, Joe Cronin he did a good job a couple years ago of getting us out of a mess. But now we have all these assets. Now Joe Cronin, it's time to make some moves so that we can get where we want to be. You know what I mean? Like, okay. All right. On to some WNBA news. And we all know what the news is in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
So I'm going to backpedal a little bit. So I'm not sure. I should have looked back at the show. But I think I gave Caitlin Clark a ton of praises for being one of the best women's college basketball players, or actually college basketball players ever.
Yeah.
And I will not backpedal from that. I still believe that she was one of the best college basketball players ever. Now, this is the WNBA we're talking about, which is a whole different league. You're a league full of grown women. I think I said we have to wait and
see. Yeah.
I
told her. I said we have to wait and see what she's gonna do. Yeah,
these women ain't gonna let you they ain't gonna olay you to the basket every time. So I don't know. Like so far, I mean, she looks like a rookie. Let's just say she looks like a rookie, and
she's starting to figure it out. But I just think I think they're hating on her a little bit too much though, because she's selling out arenas. Like, she's bringing revenue to the league. So I do think she's getting overhyped. They're not going to let her just play basketball like she wants, but I just think media needs to kind of chill and just let her play, because every little thing she does or every little incident, she's getting hit because she's a rookie and she's popular and she can light you up for 30 like Curry quick. So they're doing that to try to intimidate her, but she has to figure that out. I feel like she will, but you can't crown anything. They're not gonna give it to her. So I like it. I feel like she's trying to earn her respect, and the media is not letting her do that.
Okay,
they're doing too much.
That. Yeah, I totally 100% agree with what you just said.
And I feel like I feel bad for her in a way, but then you're getting the endorsements. You are the star. You got to figure it out. So that's all I have to say. That I'm defending her, but at the same time, like it's tough. It's a tough business.
I mean, that's what I said at the beginning. You're in a league now with women, like not college students, not some freshman 17-year-old. These are grown women have been playing basketball. Some of them 15, 20 years of basketball.
Yeah.
These women, and you said it right, Tay. The media is doing her a disservice by hyping everything that she does, because how I think these other women look at it is that they're like, hey, we've been in this league for 10, 15, 20 years playing great basketball. This girl ain't come in and just make the league happen. We've already been doing this. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's because the media keeps like, oh, she's so this, oh, she's so that. She was good in college. She was good in college. She was great in college. But this is, like you said, this is a whole different game with women. I mean, not that the college women are not women, but they're not veteran basketball players. That's why every player that it goes to the college doesn't go to the WNBA, because everybody's not ready for that.
I know it's Oregon, but Ionescu, she was one of the top players in college, dominated. She's doing almost the same thing in the WNBA. In her rookie year, I mean, she did good, but like right now, right now she's like elite, and she figured it out, and she can do it all. And I feel like, Kate, I feel like the media is just they're not letting the girl. They want her to be a star. That she was in college, and she has to earn it and figure it out.
She has to earn that.
Until then,
I mean, just people gotta remember how Boston treated Michael Jordan. How they said? I mean, they were body slamming Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
He was still busting them, but they were losing, and he was getting body slammed. I mean, run back, everybody, run back the film on, and that's the greatest basketball player ever. So, come on,
and she's selling out arenas, so they're gonna play even more with more energy, trying to stop you because they know they're all here to see you. So
all here to see you.
It's like
they might let you do that.
It's tough. I feel bad for her in the sense that she can't control that beast.
She can't.
That it's the train is going, but all she can control is what she do on the court. And I think she's getting. I mean, she's starting to hit for 20, but like it's not. This whole season is gonna be tough. She's gonna come back and probably be better, but yeah, she's not gonna be doing Iowa. This whole Iowa, just 35, 40 every game yet. I mean, she could. You never know, but like right now, no. That's what they thought.
That's what they thought. And there's one other thing. Everybody get off the Olympic people. They made the right selections. She should not be on the Olympic team. She's not good enough yet.
I mean, if I was for trying to expand the brand, I definitely would put her on there. But
the thing about it,
I'm not mad.
You're trying to win a gold medal.
Yeah,
you're trying to win a gold medal, and she's not physical enough. And they play physical basketball in the Olympics. I mean, our men got out physical a couple years ago, or a couple Olympics ago.
Yeah.
When we got, I mean, they was getting beat up because we have been playing soft basketball. Yeah,
we have been playing soft basketball this year. The men's Canada, they're good. Their whole team is good.
But the thing, tell you the thing that's gonna be different for us, Joel Embiid.
Yeah, I know.
They gotta stop Joel. That's what it is. And then we still got LeBron, Steph, KD. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but Joel.
He's gonna be fresh and ready.
Oh, ready to bust some backside. Sure. Yeah. Can't wait. All right. Our last sports topic. The NFL. The NFL has been in the offseason has been in full swing. The draft happened. There's lots of players drafted. Tay, we're gonna combine the draft and the best offseason moves.
Okay.
What has been your best offseason moves, and we could talk about the draft and then tell me about your best your thoughts on the best offseason moves so far.
Man, I don't know. It's hard to tell what's gonna happen, but I mean, Saquon Barkley going to the Eagles I was not seeing that at all.
Nobody.
So
was.
If they're gonna really use him and they're gonna be good. I think that's what they needed. Like having him back there and he can control the game. I think trying to put it in hurts his hands all the time. It don't work. But you have Saquon back there. You got to pick your poison with that team. So that was insane. But
what about these rookie quarterbacks?
Man. The Bears getting like Allen from the Chargers, which is I think that was sneaky good. I feel like they can be good with. They already got the other receiver from last year. And I feel like they all of a sudden, and then now they got the rookie quarterback. I feel like the Bears with their defense improved too. So that's my little sneaky pick. And then I think Diggs going to Houston. I mean, they're already good now. They might be the best team in the league, or one of them.
Hold on, everybody. Y'all gonna see something real for real. I gotta plug my computer in. Tell you, keep talking.
But yeah,
all
okay.
Right.
But those are I think there's so many moves, but like, I mean, Diggs going to Houston, I just think adds to, Houston was so close and they added some injuries, but he gives you that veteran presence, and now they have 3 weapons and they're going to throw like crazy amount. And then they got some running backs too. I forget who they got.
Houston has, they got Joe Mixon. They got Pierce still.
Yeah.
And, they lost Singletary went to the
So yeah, they're gonna be explosive. So I mean, I just think that's sneaky because they're like that young team, and there's always that one team like that. They're young, they're under the cap, and then you just put another veteran playmaker on the team with what they did last year. I mean, like, yikes. So, what you got?
That Saquon move was great. And yeah, Tay, I do like Houston. I liked Houston last year. I'm not so high on Caleb Williams though. I just don't know about the kid yet. We'll see.
Yeah, he's a little weird.
He does have a lot of weapons out there though. Don't get me wrong. He has a lot of weapons. But I just don't know about him. Well, I mean, and he might prove me wrong. But I think the best quarterback in the draft is going to be Bo Nix.
Bo Nix to Denver is great. I love it.
Denver. Denver. Yeah. Sean Payton. Drew Brees reincarnate.
It looks the same, man. It's kind of scary.
Javonte Williams is starring as Alvin Kamara.
Oh, and also guess what? His top receiver is in Denver too, from the Ducks. Yeah. So that's
Troy Franklin.
Franklin. I thought
Cortland Sutton on the other side.
Teams are tripping. He ran a 4.3 or something. That's something like, yeah, that's why he was like blazing past fools.
And tell you, he's 6'3". Yes, he's a little skinny, but he can go to the NFL and get that weight on him. But he's 6'3". The dude had better numbers than every receiver that got drafted before him, except for Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah,
he's the only one that had better numbers than him.
Yeah,
everybody else, and actually, all the numbers weren't better. He had, I think, Troy Franklin had more touchdowns, receptions, and I think he had more receiving yards or receptions. One of the two. I can't remember, but I don't know. But don't worry, it's all good because he's out there with his boy, and it's gonna be like just like they were wearing green and yellow still.
But you know my favorite offseason move is Harbaugh going to the Chargers because I feel like now Herbert is gonna have protection. They drafted the best lineman in the draft. He's huge, and they're about to pound it. And that because I mean Herbert he's getting hit every play. Every time. I had him for fantasy in multiple leagues. Like watching him,
Me too.
He can't even get a ball down the field. Now it's gonna be just play action. They're gonna get tired of the run, but he's gonna be fresh, and then he's gonna dominate every time Harbaugh coaches any level, they win. So
yeah,
I like that a lot. And I feel like the Chargers have a shot.
I think you're right about the best offseason move. I like Saquon, and I like what Houston gets Diggs, but you're right. Harbaugh to the Chargers.
I wanted the Seahawks. I think he might have talked to them, but I was hoping the Seahawks was gonna try, man. Like,
well, let's talk about the Seahawks. How do you feel?
I love the coach. Perfect. That's perfect coach. Like I feel like he's that young, and the Ravens. He has that Ravens mentality. Learning under Harbaugh. I mean, so that's what we need. And then they're huge now. Our D line is stacked, and our defense. That's all he's about. And I feel like the offense is. We have the Huskies offensive coordinator. They went to the national championship with Penix. He's the offensive coordinator, and they're just like he's gonna be slanging it like all over the field. So instead of this basic pro style offense that Pete Carroll had forever, we're gonna be like dynamic in multiple ways. So they're gonna move Metcalf around. So that we'll see. But I'm excited. I'm kind of waiting to one of those excited, but we'll see actually what it looks like in real life. But it looks like it starts and they get on the field. Hey,
at this point in the season, every team looks good on paper.
Hey, let's talk about food. Today's topic is
the Budget Buster.
With the price of food skyrocketing, grocery shopping can be a very, very stressful task. Not having a list or having one and not following it could bust your budget easily. So in this segment, Tay and I will give you some things that we do in the grocery store to try to save money and to kind of stay to a budget.
Yeah.
So Tay, I'm just going to start. And so my tip, you guys, is going to be how to buy organic produce on a budget. So I'm not rich. Organic produce is expensive. It's all get out.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it's worth the cost. So organic food has basically, they have lower amounts of pesticides on them. So when you buy conventionally grown produce, which is anything that's not organic, they use the strongest pesticides to kill all the pests. And pests could be bugs, it could be rodents, it could be birds, whatever that could harm their crop. So they're basically just trying to keep all that stuff away from their crops. Well, organic fruits and vegetables also have those things. Some people believe that they don't use pesticides, but they do. They use organic pesticides, and they use a lot less of it on the fruits and vegetables. Maybe there are some farms that don't use any pesticides, so that would be great if you know of those farms or those vegetables or fruits. Let us know. Email us, let us know, because I would love to know. But from what I understand and what I've researched, it looks like all fruits and vegetables have some sort of pesticide on them, so that they can make it to a grocery store. So not only are organically grown foods better for our person, our bodies, but they're also better for the environment. So organic farms use less heavy, obviously, first of all, pesticides we just talked about, but they also use less heavy equipment, because they don't have to farm as big. Organic farms are usually smaller, so they don't have to have all the gas and all the different things that, pollute the air, whatever else happens in the environment. So that's another reason organic foods, to me, fruits and vegetables are better. How I go into the store to grab these fruits and vegetables. Sorry, I'm reading all my notes. I have 1,000 notes that I'm reading off of. Is that I use two lists. I use the Clean 15 and the Dirty 12. So the Clean 15 is a list of 15 fruits and vegetables that you don't have to worry about being purchased, being organic. So these fruits and vegetables you can eat them conventional, and the amount of pesticides is less on these fruits and vegetables require less pesticides. That's why they're on the Clean 15.
Nice.
And so you don't have to be organic. But on the Dirty 12, or they call it the Dirty Dozen, these fruits and vegetables are things you want to buy organic, because the conventional versions of these fruits and vegetables have lots and lots of pesticides. So
I'll put this on the blog so people can see it. The list.
So the clean. Okay, thanks, Tay. So like the clean. So some of the Clean 15 foods. And so this list is updated every year. Just so how I find it every year, just type in Clean 15, and it usually comes up Clean 15, and it comes up Clean 15 Dirty Dozen. So some of the Clean 15 are like avocados. You don't have to buy your avocados organic. It's okay to eat the original ones. They say asparagus, mangoes, pineapples, mushrooms, carrots. These are all things that you can buy that are not organic. And again, I love to buy organic fruits. So I still sometimes buy these if I have extra money. Organic. But if you're on a super budget, these are things you can avoid. You don't have to buy. And I mean, they have, like I said, there's 15 things on here that you can buy non-organic. Just the same, like I just said, the Dirty Dozen has things on the list that you should buy organic. So like blueberries, strawberries, spinach, kale, green beans, apples. All these things you should buy organic, because again, they use more pesticides on them. Grapes are on there. Yep. Cherries, peaches, all kind of stuff. So I would, if I were you, and if you decide that you want to buy organic fruits and vegetables, I would check these lists out and just see, kind of where you can skimp and save, on this organic fruits and vegetable purchasing. How I think about it really though, for me personally, now these lists are great, but how I think about it is if I have to eat the skin of it, I want it to be organic if I have to eat the outside.
Yeah.
So like a banana, I don't regularly buy organic bananas because I don't eat the outside of it. But a strawberry, a blueberry, lettuce, I eat all of that. So I want that to be organic for me. So
makes sense.
That's a simple way. Those foods don't always coincide with the list though. So like I read some foods on the Clean 15 that were some of those foods that I just talked about. So again, it's all personal choice. But again, really look at the labels of your food. Really, I mean, for me nowadays, that's what I do in the grocery store. I spend a lot of my time reading labels, looking at, thinking about what I'm actually ingesting. Because I mean, that matters. Like it really does, because there's a lot of stuff out there that is not good for you. I mean, and they sell it to you like it's good for you. I mean, they don't, I mean, it sounds bad, but they don't care. Like
they don't care.
It's all about the dollars in the sense.
That's true.
So please, you care. We have to care for ourselves and for our families, and we need to make sure that all of the stuff that we have, that we're eating and we're intaking, is good for us, because we can't control what's in the air and the environment. We can control our little circle, but I mean, it's out there now. So you're inhaling all kind of bad stuff. You're, all this other stuff is getting into your body, the water, the things we drink, stuff like that. Like, it all has an effect on your person. And so organic fruits and vegetables to me are key. So talking again, sorry, I kind of got off topic a little bit, but I wanted to hop back in. So part of also what we're supposed to be doing in this segment is giving you a quick recipe to use that's budget friendly. So my recipe is something that I love to do nowadays, and it's just any sheet pan meal. So basically, you get a sheet pan and you cook the whole thing, the whole entire meal on the sheet pan. So like I've cooked chicken, I cut it up, season it on half of the sheet pan.
Yeah.
I wouldn't cook full chicken breast. I cut it up in chunks, and then I separate it, and then I put my vegetables on the other side, and I put the whole sheet pan in the oven, 20, 30 minutes, pull it all out. Everything's done at the same time. You can eat it. My favorite thing to cook on a sheet pan is vegetables. I like to roast my vegetables. That's our homes, in our house. That's our favorite way to eat vegetables, roasted. So I roast. I roast everything from cabbage to you name it. I can roast. I try to roast it. Any vegetable, corn. We've been eating a lot of corn on the cob. Something about corn on the cob that corn on the cob folks need to be aware of that I was not aware of. Until a few weeks ago, a lot of the corn we eat is bioengineered, means it's created somewhere. So you need to make sure you check the labels, and I mean the print is fine. Where they write it on there though, on the label that is bioengineered, but you just want to check that. I wouldn't recommend eating bioengineered corn, but if that's all you can afford, eat it. And because it is still a vegetable, it'll still have some good effects on your body. But I'm trying to also stay away from things that are made in labs. Like you can grow fruit, you can grow fruits and vegetables. Tay is doing it at his house. We're starting to do it at our house. You can grow all these fruits and vegetables can be grown in your backyard if you have space to grow it in a pot, in the ground. And I forgot to say this, that is the cheapest way to get fruits, organic fruits and vegetables, is to grow them yourself, or to go to a you-pick place where they grow them out in the field and you just go out there and pick them. Yeah,
I like that.
The cheapest by far.
I hadn't thought about that. I like that,
Yeah, so I mean, like we went last spring, and I picked probably, what would it cost, about $40 in the grocery store worth of fruits and vegetables, and we paid $15.
Yeah,
so
that's a good deal. Yeah, there's this fruit stand that I passed on the way home from work, and man, they have stuff too. Like they have every vegetable you could think of, and I go there once in a while, but now that you said it, like, you still get it. You get it cheaper. You just have to, it's, if they have it, they have it. If they don't, they don't. But I've noticed they went from like 6-7 items to like 20 items now, and they got eggs. I'm starting to see eggs on there, so I'm like, I need to maybe start instead of going to Safeway right up the street, I might hit the stand and get all the veggies there.
Tay, that's so how I've broken my grocery shopping down now. I do a lot less grocery shopping at Fred Meyer because their fruits and vegetables, their produce doesn't look that good.
Yeah,
but I also now don't, and it costs a lot. So now I go to Whole Foods and I buy a lot of the produce there. But I'm learning that Whole Food produce isn't all it's cracked up to be. So now I'm in new seasons buying part of my produce. Like I have to buy my corn for new seasons because it's not bioengineered corn; it's organic actual corn. And so I mean, as you're doing this, people, it may not be a one-stop shop for everybody. You may buy some things at Winco, you may buy some things at Walmart, you may buy a couple things at Target, you may buy some stuff at Fred Meyer or at Kroger, you may go to New Seasons or Trader Joe's or Winco, or Whole Foods to get some stuff. So piece it together how it works for your budget, and just do the best that you can do for your family with what you can afford to spend. Because like Tay was saying, like we've been saying, food is expensive and it's like crazy expensive. Like and they're talking about inflation is going down. The gas prices are going down, but I just don't see it in the food prices. Like the food prices are still astronomical in my mind. So
they're crazy. It's crazy. You just for 5 items, that's $50 down the drain. It don't matter what.
$10 an item. It don't matter what you're buying, right? It doesn't matter. Yeah, you put 10 items in the bag, $50, and you could be like, "Well, I bought." But last time I bought these same 5 items, and it was $40. No, now it's $50. Good luck to you.
You know what store I like a lot though is Costco. Like it can add up super fast, but getting some of the stuff bulk, I think is good, and they have fresh stuff. Like their seasoning on their food is really good. We got a meatloaf, and I was worried. I'm like, I don't know, man. And I tried it, and I was like, this thing is ridiculous. So it got some flavors.
Oh, Costco's cooked food, the pre-prepared food, like where you have to take it home and cook it. It's good.
It's real. Yeah. They're using really good products, so I like that place. And I'm sorry,
I was just about to say,
look at your stuff.
Yeah, too, make sure still, because Costco still sells bioengineered food because everybody does.
Everybody does.
It's the cheapest food.
Yeah.
So just make sure you're doing, like I said earlier, just do your due diligence, read the labels, read the signs, make sure you're looking at everything so that you're informed about what you're putting in your body. If you look at it and you're like, this red 40s, I know it's bad for you, but I'm still going to drink this red Kool-Aid. Cool. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's when you don't know what you're eating and drinking that's bad for you. I mean, and it can be bad for you. So, Tay, I'm going to jump off my soapbox because I could talk for another 30 minutes about this subject because that's my new favorite thing is health. So I'm going to let Tay get into his tip for you, with you guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, you kind of touched on it. I'm starting to grow food in the backyard. I'm using 5-gallon pots, and this is the first year that I'm actually my plants are growing nice. They're not dying or getting hit with bugs. Or this is year 3. First year was okay. I got some cucumbers, but it wasn't a lot. My plant ended up dying. But this year, everything is flourishing. It's green. I got stuff more of the pots off the ground, and I don't know. I'm just understanding. I was being lazy kind of with the way I watered it, the way I did. I have to be more systematic, but growing your food is the cheapest way. And I bought, each plant was like, I don't know, my tomato plant's like $6, and my I have a mint plant, but that's not really food. But I have some chives that I put in my breakfast potatoes. And that, and I bought a blueberry plant, and I'm like, and then my tomato plant is huge. I have to move it out. It's in the pot that it came in, but I have to put it in a bigger pot. It's growing so big. So
that's nice.
That's the one I want to do. And I got some lettuce I'm trying to grow out of a pot. It's gonna be hard, but we're seeing if I can get a full salad out of there, some lettuce, That's
it, Tay, right there. Yeah, that's it.
It grows Lindsay's back quick.
Lindsay was outside tonight putting together a planter box, like a metal one. We're gonna try to grow lettuce on the side of our shed. That's our whole thing for that box.
But the goal is to be able to have some where you can like have some sustain, where you cut some off, it'll grow a little bit, and keep it going. And winter comes and and get the cycle going. But eventually, that'll be the goal, to have enough to where you're not gonna create all your veggies out of there, but you can supplement it every once in a while. If you don't have to go to the grocery that day, you can go and go in the backyard,
grab it,
put your salad together, be perfect.
I'm telling you, that is it right there. Growing your own food, and you know what it's growing, and you know the dirt, you know what's being put on it. Yeah,
that's the thing too, and it's kind of cool. It's like it's a little science, it's a little fun out in the sun, and at the same time, you're actually like, you have to nourish it and respect it and learn. So it's like, I feel like I put some more effort, and it's already flourishing. I'm like, man, I was these poor plants, I wasn't doing nothing. I was just trying to water them every other day. I was doing it every day, and I didn't realize I'm drowning them. That's why the leaves are doing that. But now it's like, oh, I'm understanding, so people, do your research, but it's fun. And I think it's, start small. I'm starting small, and like next year I'm going with the big full planter box. But so if I can get through this summer and I can get it consistent, because I'll get a little bit, but I feel like my plant dies. But if I can continue to get the consistency of the crop keep coming back, I think I'm going to go big.
So Tay, are you you said you have a blueberry plant? Is it in a pot too, or are you put it in the ground?
It's in a pot, but what I was told is like they're not going to come in this season, but they'll come in the following
next
season.
Year.
Yeah. So I didn't know that. See, it's part of the learning process. I bought it. My sister actually told me that, and so I'm like, oh, well then I'll just wait. My expectation now. I know I'm not gonna throw it out because there are no blueberries coming out.
Yeah, next year you'll have a lot. Like we had 3 bushes, and
man, they go quick.
The first year, actually, we got lucky. One of the bushes grew something, but that second year, Tay, I mean, we were coming up with bins of little crates.
Nice. My kids love them. I'm not a big blueberry person, but it's for the kids. Yeah.
I wasn't either until we got that bush, and now I love them. That's my favorite fruit is blueberries. Like I like
putting them in the smoothies, or I'll blend them all up. The time. The kids, man, they'll put them in the bowl and just go to work.
Handfuls of them, just toss them in the mouth. Yeah, that's
they
my
are
thing
good
now.
I love fruit.
But don't worry, as you start growing them and harvesting them, you'll start eating them a little bit more, and you'll be like, maybe. And because I don't know which one kind of plant, because we had a sour one, we had a sweet one. Sorry, Tay.
Yeah, but I won't say too much. I don't want to have our show be like 2 hours, but I'm gonna piggyback some of the stuff you said earlier. Like I think selective shopping is key, and I used to make fun like of getting the coupons and all that, but the way food costs now, I got to do better of like looking at coupons and getting the deals. And reading labels too. Like they keep saying reading labels. Like I do, but I don't on a lot of stuff, and I just assume. And I think the older I'm getting to, like, and then the health, it's crucial that you look at the stuff, because they're trying to make money. They're not trying to save lives, and so we control, like you said, what goes in our mouth. Nobody's putting no gun to our head or forcing it. It's like we get to go and pick, and I love me some food. So, but it's just selected for cost and for health. Go in this store for this. Don't go to Winco and buy your meat there. Buy from a more maybe local product or a deli. It's more time consuming, but it's actually financially it could be cheaper, and for health, definitely better. And and just, I don't know, food, like I said, inflation might be going down, but I don't see it. So, I feel like it's still going higher. I don't know what they're talking about. It's going up.
In my house, at least. Oh, no.
Yeah. So, and I keep saying it, but I'm still leaning to, like, even we might need to talk off air. Like, me and my wife keeps talking about it, but like get like 3 families and just go in on like half a cow. And then you, like, I just got, the thing is I got to get a freezer, but like stuff like that, get a local cow that's not injected with all this stuff.
Yeah.
And you freeze the meat and like you split it with 3, because it's expensive, but like I don't have the storage to be having a whole cow in there. We're not eating meat like that, but like, you know, well, that just knowing that your meat is coming from something that's been grass fed or like not in no big super slaughterhouse with 1 million cows. You know, this was like on the farm somewhere in deep in Oregon. Like,
Oregon, right.
Yeah.
Where you can know the address of where the cow came from. Yeah. You could actually go there and see the cow before it becomes.
You know what's crazy too? Chuck's off of Russell. Like, my mom gives me, you know, she once in a while hook me up with a steak from there. The meat, it's completely different from the steak I get at the store. The hamburger meat, you can't even squeeze it together to make a sandwich. It's like so fresh. The hamburger meat at the grocery store is already in a sandwich
stuck together.
Yeah. You just pop it on the skillet. It's already stuck together. It's smushed. Like sometimes they have that. I can't even get that kind that's in like the tube. Like that thing comes out and like I don't know what's in that thing, but like it's a huge difference from the deli meat, like the meat. Because sometimes I'm like, man, I know my season's good, but it's not that, like, I didn't do nothing different, you know. It's consistent, but like, wow. Then I'm like, realize, oh yeah, because I got that meat from Chuck's, you know, from the the real deli. I'm like, it just absorbs. It's like the less of that all stuff they inject in there. It's just like, man, it tastes so much better. And this is really actually saying like this is more healthier. The bacon, there's been no fat pouring off. It's like you need to add some oil to
grease
it.
on that joint. It's like cooking turkey bacon.
The cheap bacon I get, it's on sale. The whole be 2 slices in the skillet. The whole pan's full of grease.
I mean, and the bacon is shriveled up to like pencil thin bacon. You got string bacon.
So I'm piggyback all that stuff.
So I mean, really though, guys, just like Tay was saying, like I said, just, you know, read your labels, make good choices for yourself and your family, and just do your best. That's all you can do, and trying to navigate all this stuff that really is really hard to navigate, and we probably shouldn't have to navigate it, but you know, this is America. That's how we roll. Money first, people second. Hey, where do I go if I want more sports and foods?
snfpodcast.com. Y'all missed the show? Well, no worries. They're on our website, snfpodcast.com. That's Steve, Nancy, Frank, podcast.com.